All right. So we got a great horse that works miracles, Tokai Teio. Now I know I put this video like this reaction like in the back, bro. Like I kept pushing this shit away. I'm not on purpose. Like I just have to be in the mood in order to react to this type of things. But I might as well because I was posting those other videos on my other channel, and I might as well do this one because this has been asked of me, and I just never got a chance to get to it. Finally here, we're gonna react to it right now. Like literally, like right now.
Like to introduce you to the great horses of Japan. Now, I'd like to explain, again with eating Japanese snacks.
Another Japanese snack, bro. Ooh, I see pizza. I automatically got hungry. Wait, what is this? You know what? You know what's so crazy? Japan's greatest horses is actually trying to put us on. So shout out to this person, bro. Like seriously. I think this person is actually trying to put us on into some like good snacks if we ever go there or not. I have nothing in my cup.
This time is Tokai Teio. I posted his video early on, but I have been wanting to rework it and finally got around to it.
Okay.
Tokai Teio is a male horse born in 1988. His father is Simbali Rudolph and his mother is Tokai Natural.
Wait. Wasn't this mentioned before? Simbali Rudolph. Yeah, Simbali Rudolph is the GOAT. Yo, wait. I mean, I'm gonna bring it up here and there. Like, is Tokai natural in the game or no? If is half of these horses in the game or no?
Simbali Rudolph
I know
is a
Simbali
historic
Rudolph
horse
is.
who became the undefeated Triple Crown winner in 1984, and
That's
Tokai
facts.
Teio is his first crop. Although Tokai Natural never debuted as a racehorse, her older sister is Tokai Roman.
Who's the
Tokai
top one
Roman
GOAT of all horses? I'm still learning. But in my opinion, and it is like the NBA. You know how like you can't compare the old era to the new one. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you got Michael Jordan, but yeah, you got LeBron James. It's like, bro, you got Kyrie Irving. If we're talking about point guards, like, you know what I mean? Out of all the ones that I reacted to, and I love Rice Shower, but I think no, Aguri Cap. No, wait, I might have to go with Aguri Cap here because Aguri Cap is a legend. I don't even know, bro. No, I don't even know. I don't even know. That's actually kind of debatable. Rob, that's a good question.
The
I don't
winner
know.
of the
That's a
1984 Oaks.
good ass question. I don't even know.
Originally, Tokai Roman was to be bred to Simbali Rudolph, but her retirement was postponed, so her sister
You gotta think about the Japan Cup. All right, let me stop getting
Tokai
distracted.
Natural was chosen instead. Thus was born Tokai Teio. The young Tokai Teio had a slender body and was not a good-looking horse.
Right?
However, once he
Wait, Aguri
started
Cap was like that
training,
too, no?
he was highly praised for his very high flexible body and his guts to go ahead of other horses. There is this episode that shows his physical ability. One day, the young Tokai Teio jumped over a 130-centimeter fence on the farm.
That's fine.
Generally, the obstacle height for jump races is 140 centimeters, but at this time Tokai Teio was still very young and had not yet trained. In this state he lightly jumped over the fence and returned without injury.
I'm also thinking about Mr. CB. Mr. CB was also goaded. But that's when before Symboli.
This episode alone will
And then you got
suffice.
TM. Oh,
Now, in October
I'm now thinking about it.
1990, 2-year-old Tokai Teio entered the training center. Other
can't
horses
sleep
of the
on
same
TM,
generation
bro.
had long since made their debut, but the
I'm sorry.
trainer-
I don't care what anyone says, bro. TM is the only horse that I know that like ended, and I'm gonna call it the golden era, beautifully. TM Opera O, bro.
was in no hurry.
I think that's like
This is because he has
top
shown
three,
outstanding
maybe
movement in the
top five
training of
horses of all
Tokai
time,
Teio
bro.
since his arrival at the training center, surprising the trainer. When the trainer saw him move, he was immediately convinced that he was a horse that could aim for the classic races, and he made a race plan backward from the following year's Derby and Satsuki show. The stable staff was amazed at the softness of Tokai Teio's riding style and said, "Here comes the Derby horse." Then, on December 1st, Tokai Teio made his debut in a 1,800-meter race at Chukyo Racecourse.
Okay.
Since Chukyo Racecourse is a left-turn track, it was the trainer's intention to have Teio experience the same left-turn track as the Derby at Tokyo Racecourse.
Is this the only race course that's like that? This is my first time hearing about Chukio race course.
His jockey was a man named Yasuda. He was not a star by any means, but he was doing okay. He had yet to win a Grade 1 race at this point. In other words, his encounter with Tokai Teio was a big chance for him. And the first race for them was a completely worry-free race that they won easily by 4 lengths over the chasing pack. Yasuda excitedly commented, "It was an easy win." The race was probably enough to predict their bright future. Their next race is 3 weeks later, the Cyclamen Stakes, a
Cyclamen
2,000-meter
Stakes.
race on the Kyoto course.
I can't imagine like 2,400 meters, like 2,400 meters to run that. That's I don't know.
Here, I don't know why, but Tokai Teio was the third favorite. Strange things happened. However, Tokai Teio won the race regardless.
Nice.
He was 2 lengths ahead of the second-place finisher. After the race, the trainer went over the plan to the Derby again. There are traditional trial races, including the Grade 2 Yayoi Show, but he decided not to compete in those but to aim for the classic races. Shortly after the change in 1991, in January they competed in the Wakakoma Stakes. This race was on the same course and over the same distance as the previous race, and he was the favorite this time, at odds of 1.3. And in this race, he won with a time 2.4 seconds faster than the previous race. As a side note, the third-place finisher in this race was Nice Nature.
Oh yeah, we had
2
Nice
months
Nature.
later, on March 17th, Tokai Teio competed in the Wakaba Stakes. This race is held at 2,000 meters at Nakayama Racecourse, the same as the Triple Crown race, Satsuki Show. The pace in this race was slow, so Tokai Teio wanted to go to the front, and Yasuda had to work hard to appease him. While a normal horse would have been drained of stamina, Tokai Teio took the lead on the 4th turn and easily broke away to win by 2 lengths over the second-placed horse.
I know this is off topic, but what other horse? Since I'm thinking about Samboli. My bad. What other horse like literally took over, like on a race, like on the race course, right? That literally took over, and not saying he wasn't listening to the jockey, but like the horse itself knew what he wanted in order to win. Like that type of time. I have not seen out of all the videos, I have not seen that yet. Out of all the videos, I don't think I have not seen that yet. But so far, Samboli is the only one that has done that, bro. Because the jockey wanted to do something else, but Samboli was just like, nah, we're doing this. And Samboli did that shit and won, bro. Like I'm saying, like, yo, like that was the highlight. That was the highlight. That's why Samboli went down for the Hall of Fame, right? I think he did. I think he did. And I forgot. We also have Gold Chip. We can't forget. I keep forgetting about Gold Chip. We also have Gold Chip. Gold Chip made it to the Hall of Fame too. I don't know, bro. There's just too many. Too many. I don't even know if Tokai has any ounce of like how Symboli acts. You know what I mean?
Tokai Teio had run 4 races so far, won them all, and had never been whipped. Therefore, Tokai Teio was the favorite in the first race of the Triple Crown, the Satsuki Show, despite his lack of experience in graded races. His starting slot in Satsuki Show was 18, the most outside slot. The outermost slot has the advantage of being less prone to accidents during the race, but it is generally considered a disadvantage because the distance to be run is longer than that of other horses. When the race started, Tokai Teio ran on the outside and chased in 7th to 8th place. He took the lead around the entrance of the final stretch and won with a comfortable margin. Second place went to Shako Greg, the 16th favorite horse in the race. When Symboli Rudolph, father of Tokai Teio, won the 1984 Satsuki Show, jockey Okabe raised his index finger high to the sky at the award ceremony. It was truly a performance that seemed to foretell his achievement of the Triple Crown. And Okabe and Symboli Rudolph accomplished exactly that.
The goats.
And Yasuda, riding Tokai Teio, raised his index finger high to the sky in the same way. They declared that they would win the Triple Crown. In the Derby, a month and a half after the Satsuki Show, Tokai Teio was written in the newspapers as if it was a matter of course to win. His tickets sold very well and his odds were a whopping 1.6. Tokai Teio was again placed in the outermost slot, number 20 out of 20.
Ooh.
But he won the Satsuki Show without a hitch, running on the outside all the way, so people were no longer worried about him being on the outside. The race started. Tokai Teio was chasing in 6th position on the outside, unencumbered by anyone, just like in the Satsuki Show. After coming into the final stretch, Tokai Teio smoothly broke away. Yasuda frantically whipped in the whip. Tokai Teio responded and pushed further ahead of the rest of the field. When he crossed the finish line in the lead, he was 3 lengths ahead of second-place finisher Leo Durbin.
Who's Leo
Tokai
Durbin?
Teio was now an undefeated Double Crown winner and was expected to become the second father and son to win the Triple Crown after his father.
Yo, that's tough.
Yasuda held up 2 fingers high to the sky at the award ceremony to show off his achievement.
Yo,
For
what?
Yasuda, the previous race, Satsuki Show, was his first Grade 1 win, and this Derby was his second. Before I go any further, let me say that this will be the last Grade 1 race that Yasuda won.
Oh, dang. But still, at least he won. Because it has been not just been a while, but he hasn't won any, right?
He would have felt great at this point, but all was not well. When returning after the awards ceremony, Tokai Teio was walking strangely, and X-rays were taken.
Ooh, what
Upon
happened?
examination, his left hind leg was fractured and he was diagnosed with a 6-month recovery. This meant that his participation in Kika Show in November was doomed, and he would have to give up his bid to win the Triple Crown.
That's what I'm saying. The Kika Show is important. Dang.
For reference, Leo Durbin, who finished second in the Derby, won the Kika Show, in which Tokai Teio was unable to compete.
And if Tokai Teio was in that joint, he would have won that shit instead of Leo Durbin or whatever his name is, bro. And Yasuda. Wow.
The following January, 1992, as Tokai Teio's wounds were healing, the JRA Awards were announced. Tokai Teio received 134 of 176 votes cast for Horse of the Year and was named Horse of the Year.
Ooh, he went for
Then,
Horse of the
on
Year?
April 5th, when Tokai Teio returned to racing after a long absence in the Grade 2 Osaka Cup, Yasuda was not on his back.
Oh, then who
There were
was?
several reasons for this. First, Yasuda had a personal situation in which he had to prioritize his studies in order to take the trainer's exam.
Oh, shit.
And as for Tokai Teio, he was planning an overseas expedition. Therefore, Okabe was selected to replace Yasuda. Okabe was
I was
also
about,
the lead jockey for
I was about to say, wasn't Okabe was the lead jockey for Simbali?
Simbali Rudolph and had extensive overseas experience. In the Osaka Cup, Tokai Teio had grown even more and weighed 20 kilograms more than in the Derby. For Okabe, the race was a test of his ability, but to
Okabe.
his surprise, he did not use his whip and hardly moved the reins at all. While the other horses were running frantically, Tokai Teio effortlessly crossed the finish line in the lead. It was truly a race that showed the difference in level. He has now won all 7 races since his debut. And the fans were happy to see the strong Tokai Teio. 3 weeks after the Osaka Cup, the Tenno Show Spring will be held to decide the champion of long-distance races, and the revival of Tokai Teio has made this race even more noteworthy. The champion of long-distance racing at that time was Majiro McQueen. He had won
Yo,
the Tenno Show
Majiro?
Spring last year and was looking for a second
I
consecutive
just heard about
win this
Majiro
year.
McQueen.
Then Tokai Teio appeared. The showdown between these two was very noteworthy. Before the Osaka Cup race, Okabe commented that he looks like he could run to the ends of the earth, and Yutaka Tokai, riding McQueen, countered that comment before the Tenno Show Spring race, saying, "Then McQueen will soar to the sky."
Hold on, bro. Not saying they was beefing. They was saying they was talking, bro. They was talking. This is before the Osaka Cup race, bro.
The sky.
Ah.
However, his opponent was a champion who had won several races over 3,000 meters. Tokai
Oh,
Teio
what?
had only run at distances up to 2,400 meters, and the 3,200 meters of Tenno Show Spring was his first.
Is he cooked?
On race day, the odds were 1.5 for Tokai Teio and 2.2 for Majiro McQueen. The third favorite was Ibuki Maikagura, but his odds were far off at 18.2. When the race started, McQueen was chasing in 4th to 5th place, with Tokai Teio following slightly behind McQueen, watching him. When McQueen sped off at the third turn, Tokai Teio saw it and accelerated to chase him. However,
What is this? The Tenno Show? Wait, do we have that next? I gotta say because I think I gotta watch this highlight. Where's the highlight when there was racing the Tenno Show? Hold on. I gotta see that. Do they have one or no? They got Gold Ship. Oh, they don't have a video, bro. They don't have a video. They have their Rima Cannon, but dang, that sucks.
Tokai Teio stalled in the final stretch and finished 5th, 1.7 seconds behind the winner, McQueen. This was the first defeat for Tokai Teio.
Majiro
As
humbled
for the
him.
cause of his defeat, it is said that the long distance did not suit him.
Yeah.
Then, 10 days after the race, an avulsion fracture was found in his right front leg.
I mean, of course, he just ran like, over 3,000 meters, right? With Majiro and them. I wouldn't even test that. It's like, yo, it's crazy because like that would be something that I would like to see. But so far at the time, it's like the max is what, 2,000 or 2,400 meters at most, not 3,000, where Majiro excels at. That's crazy. Yo, and what's going on, dude? How you feeling?
Veterinarians said the fracture most likely occurred during the race, but since
Exactly.
it went unnoticed for 10 days, it was
Huh?
not considered enough to be the cause of the race loss.
Notice
Although
for
this
10
fracture
days?
was minor, he was out for about 4 months.
Oh, what other event did he
Tokai
miss?
Teio returned to the stables in September and began training.
That freaking
His return
sucks.
race was set for Tenno Show Autumn, and he continued to train, but his training was not going well as he had a period of time
Good,
during
how are
which
you,
he was
King?
unable to train due to a
Alright,
fever.
man. I'm chilling though.
Nevertheless,
Thank you for
he did
asking though.
manage to get back to race-ready condition. On November 1st, the day of the Tenno Show Autumn race, Tokai Teio was the favorite despite the fact that he was coming off a rest. Unfortunately, the race turned out to be unfavorable for Tokai Teio. He
Yo,
chased
and you
third,
plan on getting
but the
2K
race
this
was
year or
quite
no?
fast as the two leaders, Daitaku Helios and Majiro Palmer, raced each other. The time through the first 1,000 meters was 57.5 seconds, and all the horses that took positions in front of the field had considerably depleted their stamina.
Okay.
Tokai Teio, who was chasing third, was no exception. He stalled and lost in 7th place.
Oof.
This defeat caused Tokai Teio's reputation to decline, and some even said, he is really weak.
Yo, you see when you start losing, people start talking, bro. Like, this is crazy. I mean, a year later, he was able to put on some pounds. But like, yo, you put him in a race against Majira McQueen, bro. I wouldn't even do that shit. I don't even know, bro. If I was a jockey or the trainer or whatever, I wouldn't even do that. But maybe they had to. Maybe they had to. Maybe I didn't understand something. Maybe they had to. But that was his first one, though. And he's a bit slender. I don't know. Yo, wasn't Augury Cap a slender horse also? Like underweight? But he dominated. He dominated during that era, though.
Next race was the Japan Cup.
Oh, Japan Cup. Oh, this is
At
serious.
that time, it was still difficult for Japanese horses to perform well in the Japan Cup. Every year, high-level foreign horses came to Japan. Moreover, the horses competing that year were said to be even higher level than usual.
Wait, who was it?
User-friendly, the best mare from England, Let's Elope, the Australian Horse of the Year,
Let's Elope. Okay.
The best mare from England, Let's Elope, the Australian Horse of the Year, Dear Doctor, winner of the Arlington Million, two other English Derby horses, etc. It was said to be the strongest level in the history of Japan Cup. Even Tokai Teio, who has always been the favorite in every race so far, was only the 5th favorite in this race. But his fighting spirit is not over.
I was about to say he lost and lost again.
Chasing
even though I think it's kind of a setup.
Lined up with naturalism in front of him on the final stretch. And after a fierce competition between the two horses, Tokai Teio took a slight lead at the finish line. This was the 3rd time in history that a Japanese horse won the Japan Cup. This victory turned Tokai Teio's reputation around.
Oh, and he won the Japan Cup?
At the end of the year, Tokai Teio was reported to be in great shape at Arima Kinen, and was naturally favored as the favorite.
Arima Kinen, bro.
A week before Arima Kinen, Okabe was suspended from riding.
Then who's gonna ride Tokai Teio, bro? Yasuda can't? At least I think. I don't think so. He's doing other shit. And I think his name is Okabe. Okabe, the one who was riding Sambali Rudolph, the champion. One of the best jockeys, I feel like. Suspended?
The man who was to ride Tokai Teio in Arima Kinen in place of Okabe was a genius named Tabara. However, in this Arima Kinen, Tokai Teio finished the lifetime low 11th. He remained in the back of the pack throughout the race and failed to put on a show at all. According to Tabara, the training was good, but it changed in a couple of days. Before the race start, he was like a balloon that had lost air. Also, according to the trainer, Tokai Teio slipped on his leg at the start and hurt his hip muscles. This may have been one
My bad. Something smells like it's like burning. Heck?
The reasons for his defeat. After suffering a back injury, Tokai Teio had to rest again. At this time, he was training on the beach for the purpose of curing his condition. He then returned to the stables in March and trained for the Takarazuka Kinen in June, only to break his leg again 10 days before the race.
What?
He rested again and returned to the stables in October. And his goal was set for Arima Kinen. This will be his first race in 364 days since his 11th place finish in the previous year's Arima Kinen. However, Okabe had already decided to ride Biwa Day.
Oh,
Therefore, it was
dang.
finally decided that Tabara would ride
Yeah.
Tokai Teio, as he had done the previous year.
Okay.
While Tokai Teio had been out of the race for a year, the horses in the race had changed. The race was seen as centered around Biwa Day, winner of the Kikasho that year. In addition to him, 8 of the 14 runners in the race were strong contenders with Grade 1 titles. Tokai Teio was one of them, but he had not raced in a year. Therefore, although some
he
people
skipped
bought
a year?
tickets for Tokai Teio to cheer him on, few seriously bought
Wait,
tickets.
Tokai Teio skipped a year because of his injuries, right?
No horse has ever won a Grade 1 race after a year's rest. Tabara was asked for an interview before the race and expressed his concerns. But on race day, Tabara looked at Tokai Teio and saw that he was very calm. He felt that today's Tokai Teio
Yo, that's
would be
crazy that Tokai Teio is doing this little dance right here, or his little warm up,
saw that he was very calm.
because they literally did that in the anime, bro. That is hilarious.
He felt that today's Tokai Teio would be able to show his strength.
Yo.
The race started. Tokai Teio took a position in the middle of the pack and
1993.
gradually improved his position. Biwa Day is a horse that uses the strategy of taking a good position and breaking away, and this was the case on this day. Then, around the final turn, Biwa Day broke away and took the lead. This is
Okabe
his
was
winning
riding.
pattern, and when this happens, it is difficult for other horses to overtake him. But there was one horse that was closing in on him. That horse is Tokai
Teio.
He
Oh.
lined up with Biwa Day and raced off to finish first. The time was 2 minutes 30.9 seconds, which is one of the fastest in the history of Arima Kinen.
Yo.
The live
What?
announcer shouted, "Tokai Teio's miraculous comeback," and many fans shed tears.
And Tokai Teio won?
In an interview with the winning jockey, Tabara said,
Dude.
"This
I don't think y'all understand. Like, this is against Okabe and Biwa. The one, like, they had Biwa and him had a whole like formula going on. Like, I'll just play it again.
Day broke away and took the lead. This is his winning pattern, and when this happens, it is difficult for other horses to overtake him."
When they make that final turn, bro, Biwa and Okabe out. Like, they out, right? Like, no one's gonna overtake them. No one's catching up to them. Tabara and Tokai Teio, bro, the son of Samboli, the Riemann Kinnon.
But there was one horse that was closing in on him.
What?
That horse is Tokai Teio.
And he
He
won.
lined up with Biwa Day and raced off to finish first.
That's crazy.
The
And got a
time
new
was
record
2
off
minutes
that.
30.9 seconds, which is one of the fastest in the history of Arima
That's
Kinen.
fire.
The live announcer shouted, "Tokai Teio's miraculous comeback," and many fans shed tears.
That's fire.
In an interview with the winning jockey, Tabara said, "This victory is a triumph for Tokai Teio himself, who has turned the conventional wisdom of Japanese horse racing on its head. Please praise him," he said with tears streaming down his face.
Oh,
This
yeah,
Arima
that's
Kinen was a
fire.
great race that will remain in the history of Japanese horse racing. And for Tokai Teio, this Arima Kinen was his last race. The
Dang.
next
Because 4
year,
years has passed, right?
1994, he was training for his next race, but another injury kept him out of action.
Oh, okay.
Later, his retirement race was set for Tenno Show Autumn and he had been training for it, but his condition did not improve and it was decided that he would retire without racing. His total is 9 wins in 12 races, including 4 Grade 1 wins. He started his stallion career in 1995. Many foals were somewhat temperamental, and it was difficult to get good results, but Tokai Point, born in 1996, won his first Grade 1 title by winning the Mile Championship.
Oh.
In addition, Strong Blood won the Kashiwakinen, which was promoted to a local Grade 1 race, and Yaman and Sucre won the 2003 Hanshin Juvenile Fillies.
Wait, this is his foals?
Nevertheless, there are no Grade 1 winners other than these 3 horses, and compared to Tokai Teio's own dramatic competitive performance, foals results seem lackluster. In 2013, Tokai Teio died of heart failure in his stable. At the Tokyo, Nakayama, Kyoto, and Hanshin racetracks, a floral tribute table was set up in his honor, and his fans mourned his passing.
Dang, bro.
Finally, here are some of his episodes that I could not introduce. As you may have noticed, Tokai Teio was a tremendously popular horse. His father, Simbali Rudolph, was also described as too strong and boring, but in contrast, Tokai Teio won the hearts of his fans because of his dramatic results. When Tokai Teio ran the Triple Crown race in 1991, it was just the year after Agri Cap retired.
Wait, when Tokai Teio ran the Triple Crown race in 1991, it was just the year after Oguri Cap retired. Oh, whoa.
Fans were saddened when Agri Cap, who had created a horse racing boom with his phenomenal popularity, retired, but just then Tokai Teio appeared. Tokai Teio has broken bones 4 times. This does not mean that his legs were particularly fragile, but rather that running fast means a strong kick to the ground, and as a result, there was a lot of strain on his legs. His body is very flexible, and it is probably because of this flexibility that he has broken bones 4 times, all of them relatively minor. But it seems he hated the vet. He is also known to be very handsome in appearance. It is often compared to Biwa Yahide, who is famous for his large face. What do you think? He's very cool. This is also the secret of his popularity.
I was about to say, like, this right here, that's what Simboli had, right?
The secret
that
of
little
his
white
popularity.
stripe?
That's all for this
Just like his
time.
father, bro.
Tokai Teio is a very special horse for me, so the
Simboli may be the king, but Tokai Teio was the prince. Feel me?
Ended up being very long. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Yo, that was a good video. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good video, bro. I like that. Yo, this next one, we are going to watch 1993 Riemann Kennan, even though I wanted to watch the one with Madeira McQueen and Tokai Teio, but I couldn't find that anywhere on YouTube. So we're gonna watch this one right here.
さあ14頭枠入り完了しました有馬記念。明快なスタートを切りました。メジロパーマーいいスタートであります。各馬一斉にスタート、綺麗なスタートを切っています。さすがに選ばれた14頭優秀であります。3コーナーから4コーナー。
Wait, since it's the Arima Ken and Tokai Teio, because sometimes I have a hard time remembering things when I just watched it. This is what Biwa, right? This is the one he won, if I'm not mistaken. Tokai Teio won this race because it was hard. Okabe was the jockey for Biwa, and Tobara was the jockey for Tokai Teio for the Arima Ken in 1993.
先頭やはりメジロパーマーが行きました。メジロパーマーが3馬身から4馬身、レガシーが2番手、岩早秀3番手、その後ろからホワイトストーンも行きました。1年ぶりの東海帝王も行っています。そしてウイニングチケットは後方大好きであります。第4コーナー回りまして、ぎっしりと回りました。中山のファンの前を14頭が駆け抜けていきます。1周目のホームストレッチであります。先頭はメジロパーマーであります。メジロパーマーが大逃げではありません。2番手、そしてホワイトストーンが3番手から2番手に上がっていく。岩早秀が4番手であります。その後方でありますが、ライスシャワーがいる。アウトコースからエルベイリン、さらに東海帝王、久々の東海帝王、さらに1番のエルカーサリバーシュ
I hear Tokai Teio's name, bro.
さらに赤い帽子、竹野ベガ、そのアウトコースに席停るようであります。そしてウィッシュドリーム、さらに後方から行っているのがバチカナタンゴイザ、こういったところであります。 さあ1コーナーから2コーナーに向かっていく14頭なります。横山のメジロパーマーが逃げて向こう上面に入っていきました。ホワイトストーンが2番手であります。ホワイトストーンが2番手、その後ろでありますがレガシーワールド3番手、岩早秀が4番手、その後ろから柴田はがっしり手綱を差してウィニングチケット大シャワーがいる。そして赤い帽子東海帝王、3番はベガ、さらにそのアウトコースを通りましてエルウェイウィンナイスネイチャー、7番が石庭竜王があります。白い帽子エルカーフォンダーウィッシュドリーム、8番の間違えたんこいざ、こういった展開で先頭のメジロパーマーは早くも3コーナーのカーブを切っていきます。14頭がほとんど10馬身以内の間隔で距離の中に収まっています。メジロパーマーが先頭、そしてビワハヤデが早く上がった。レガシーワールドが3番手に下げました。さあ後続がからウィニーチケットが今現在3番手まで上がってきている。メジロパーマーはわずかに先頭、
Here we go. Here's that turn. Here's that turn right here. This is where Biwa and Tokai Teio was like in here, bro. It's that turn. But he still caught up. Look at that right there. Whoa, yo, like this is crazy. Can you even imagine seeing this? Yo, like, yo, I'm sorry. I know for a fact people in that crowd, because this was at the time where Tokai Teio was just losing, bro. He was losing back to back. Popularity was going down. They're just like, yo, he really is a weak horse. Tokai Teio was like, what? Yo, like, what, man? Had to win this John, bro. Maybe this ain't the one. No, this is the one. Because he also won the Japan Cup, I believe. When Biwa makes that turn right there, this is where he's at. He wins this. This is when Okabe was like riding Biwa, right? Because he was on the run. This is his father. Like in the 80s, he was riding his, like, I'm not trying to make this sound weird, but like that was his horse, basically. Going against his son? Yo, that is insane. That's insane. Wow. Horse race is actually, that's what I'm saying. Yo, Char, what's going on, bro? Kiefer, yo, what's going on, dude? How you feeling? How y'all feeling, bro? How y'all doing? But dude, like, I still don't understand why they didn't let Okabe, or why he was suspended of riding Tokai Teio. I feel like that would have been generational. Like, you rode Symboli Rudolph, and then his son. You know what I mean? That would have been crazy. But Tabra was also, I don't know. But yeah, that was the Remy McKinnon with Tokai Teio, bro. One of the legends. And I do want to read a little bit here about Tokai Teio. I'm only gonna read the first part. Actually, no, I'll read the background. And yeah, so prepare your eyes because this is gonna be bright. I told you this shit was gonna be bright, bro. Alright, I'm gonna read the background shit. Tokai Teio was started by Triple Crown winner Symboli Rudolph. Tokai Teio's dam was Tokai Natural, the mother, basically. The half sister of Yushin Himba, winner of Tokai Roman. I didn't even know that. Because Natural had foot problems, she could not debut and became a brood mare. Okay. Natural and the Roman's owner, Masanori Ichimura, had obtained the breeding right to Symboli Rudolph and originally planned to breed him with Roman. However, Roman was supposed to retire after, Niigata Daishoten placed second, and it was decided that she would race for one more year. Natural was bred with Rudolph instead. You see, I didn't even know that. That's news to me. I didn't even know all about that. That's crazy. Tokai Natural. Wait, so hold on. Now, I'm not going to get to thinking because I was about to do a what if. I'm not doing that. Tokai Natural gave birth on April 20th, 1988 at the Nagahama Ranch in Nikapu, Hokkaido. Immediately after birth, the foal was referred to as Teio, meaning monarch. Oh, that's tough. Referring to his sire Samboli Rudolph's nickname. I don't even know how to say that. What is that? Kote? Meaning emperor? Oh, that's how he got his name. Thus, the foal was named Hamano Teio. Teio had long legs and a delicate frame and did not receive high valuations. Teio was a bit on the slender side, and plus, he was underweight at the time. But Aguri Cap was the same thing. But I did not know Aguri Cap and Teio was running within the same year. Mind you, I'm reacting to these horse races out of order. So, however, once he started exercising, his flexible movement became apparent, garnering expectations. In October the following year, Teio was transferred to the Ibutani Training Center in the Biratori Hokkaido, where his flexibility and competitive spirit was highly received. I thought he hated the doctors or the vet. Teio would remain at Ibutani for an entire year until reaching the reaching age of 3 years in October 1990, after which he entered the Rito Training Center in Rito Shiga under the trainer Shioichi Matsumoto. Teio's racing name was registered as Tokai Teio. Oh. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, these are his major wins, by the way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he could have went for his 4th year, but he had to retire because of his injuries. I just realized that. That video just literally went over that. That's crazy. During training, Tokai Teio was outstanding on the ramp course, where horses with long strides are not supposed to record good times, giving Matsumoto high expectations. Believing Teio to have a chance in the Japanese Triple Crown, Matsumoto back calculated from the Satsuki Show and Tokyo Yushin and planned a schedule with leeway. Furthermore, Teio's farrier? Is that how you say it? Was surprised at the flexibility of his joints, saying to his groom that the Derby horse has arrived. Yo, that was interesting, bro. I will say, like, and I will always go back to Japan's greatest horses. That's where I get my sources from to, like, learn about Japan's greatest horses. But I do want to read about this stuff only because, like, there's some, like, more detailed things that was, like, left out. So, look at his earnings. That's crazy. So, who had the most earnings? Gold Chip? I think Gold Chip has the most earnings. Or maybe it's Tokai Teio. I don't even know. I really don't. But hey, man, that was Tokai Teio, one of the best horses. I don't want to say ever, maybe ever. I don't even know, but definitely one of the best horses though. So yeah.